Taking care of yourself no matter what. No matter what. Taking care of yourself is going to be entirely up to you. Any suggestions or recommendations or even facts of ways in which one can tend to themselves is always going to be a choice. And very often, what I've noticed is that in many lives, in the lives of many, it seems as though it is not a choice. There's a multitude of ways or reasons why it might not feel that way. And it varies. And it is dependent upon any one individual's experience, what they've experienced, what they've learned, what they've applied, how they've applied, why they've applied, all of these different aspects. So this is for you to explore. You're open to utilize that very simple information to tend to your garden as you see fit. Perhaps you would like to grow wormwood and rosemary. Perhaps you would like to grow marigolds and sunflowers. So this is just a tool for you to tend to your garden. Maybe it's a shovel or a rake. Maybe it's some cutting shears and a hose. So, up to you. I'll give some examples. So not feeling like you have a choice, how that might look. Maybe you feel pressure because you feel the need to show up in a particular way, and it hurts you to not show up in a particular way because there's a feeling of, oh, I'm going to disappoint somebody, or, oh, I'm going to do it incorrectly, right? I'm not going to show up the way that I perceive is the way I'm supposed to show up. The question I would ask myself is, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel as though I must act in a particular way? Why do I feel I must carry out this particular action or refrain from carrying out this particular action? What is my motivation? What is prompting me to behave in a particular way? Does it come from an energy that feels worthy of my time, worthy of my love, worthy of my respect? Does it nurture my self-respect? Or is it coming from a place of fear, of toxicity, something that is not healthy for me on any one level of my body, right? Physical, mental, emotional. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? Does it serve you? These are the questions that I would ask myself. When you are experiencing this sentiment that you don't have a choice, or that you have to do something, because if not, you're a bad person, or that if you don't do something, you're a bad person, you feel guilty. It's coming to understand yourself enough to know and to create a boundary, to draw a line for yourself, or to be self-aware enough to create a sense of self-awareness where you can discern what is relevant to you, what is the best course of action for what it is that you are doing, what you are called to do inwardly, what your purpose is. Or maybe behaving in such a way will lead you towards that purpose-driven existence. It's important to recognize that when you learn something new, when you've decided to apply that which you've learned, you come into a newfound awareness, and you've lived most of your life not being aware. There may be a tendency to feel negative emotions when you start to forget about your newfound wisdom, or when you start to revert back to ways that don't align to this newfound wisdom, to this knowledge that you've been diligently applying. It's important to recognize that the way that you feel your emotional states are going to amplify as you experience them. It's going to multiply. It's going to become more apparent in your life experience if it goes unchecked. To give yourself grace, to be compassionate with yourself,